How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation? All praise and glory to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Shalom to all the prophets that's out there doing the works and selling the highway and byway. Shalom to all the brothers and sisters keeping the commandment and the faith of Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. Shalom, shalom. All right, let's get to it. I don't really have a title for this lesson. I guess I'm going to go ahead and name it Satan Did Not Fall from Heaven. Satan did not fall from heaven. Might change it, but that's the title for now on. I was inspired by, I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law. You know, he a Christian, so he believe in a lot of the Christian doctrine, the bug out Christian doctrine. Brother, if you're watching, this video is for you. You know, we was talking about, he believed Satan fall from heaven. You know, he believed Satan rebelled against the Most High, and then he got kicked out of heaven. You know, he believed that, and also we end up in Job, the second chapter. He believed the Son of God in Job, the second chapter. It's not the angel. He believed the Son of God in Job, the second chapter. It's talk about righteous men in heaven, you know. So I decided to make this. I don't know, it's probably not going to be quick, but I'm going to try to make it as in a way so it could be edifying for you, brother. All right. And one of the key scriptures he went to was Isaiah 14:12. Let me read it again. And let me say this: when you're dealing with Christian, a lot of them, they don't look up words. You know, they don't look up the definition of word. They don't look up the etymology of word. They don't look up the they don't go into the Greek. They don't go into the Hebrew, the original text, and see what it say. They just, you know, they just look at the English and they just take it as it is. You know, they don't really look up the definition of what the word is saying. You get what I'm saying? So majority of Christians, they don't even know. They believe Lucifer and Satan is the same entity. No, Lucifer is not talking about Satan at all. And I'm going to go ahead and prove that in this video. You know, the best way to understand, basically, the Isaiah, the 14th chapter is not talking about Lucifer at all. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about the king of Babylon. And it's not even talking about the Babylon, the old Babylon. It's talking about the new Babylon. Babylon the Great, which is America. Right? To properly understand the chapter, you have to start from the top. In my King James study Bible, when you start at verse 4, it literally said, it don't have it on here, but my Bible said the fall of Babylon king. Right, so we're gonna start at verse 4 to get proper understand, to get proper context. Verse 4, Isaiah 14:4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. See that? The king of Babylon. And say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city cease, right? Verse 5, the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. Who is the wicked? The wicked is Esau, Edom. Today will be your your so-called white man, right? According to Malachi 1 and 4. You know, you have, when you read the Bible, you have three group of people. You have the Son of God, which is the Israelite. You have the children of men, which is the other nation, and the wicked, usually referred to the Edomite. If you read not Isaiah, Malachi 1 and 4. Matter of fact, let's get that to prove that the wicked or the Edomite. Malachi. Okay, Malachi 1. We're gonna be back. Come on, internet. There you go. Okay, let's start at verse 2. Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. Verse 3. And I hated Esau, and lay his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragon of the wilderness. Verse 4 is the key verse. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, meaning they are the chief wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. There's a group of people in the earth that God hate. They still in the earth today. God hate them forever and ever. See that? The border of wickedness. They are the wicked. When you read the Bible, not every time, but you have to have the spirit to discern what is going on. When you talk about the wicked, let's talk about Esau, the Edomite, Esau. That's what it's talk about. Now, when you go back to Isaiah 14, what is it? Yeah, Isaiah 14 and 5. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, Esau, the so-called white man today, and the scepter of his ruler. Verse 6. This is future prophecy, guys. That have not happened yet. Verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. See that? This is future prophet. This the Babylon right here is talking about America. The chief of the Edomite. They're at the top. You know, America, the white, all the European nation are Edomite. France, the British, Spain, Germany, etc., America, Canada. Those are the Edomite nation of today. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nation in anger, America ruled the nation in anger, is persecuted and none hindered. You see that? They the one, the Edomite, the white nation, the European nation, they the one that ruled this society, right? They the one that have control over this society. Whatever they say, that's what goes in this society. We use their money. The American dollar right now is the #1 dollar. That's how you buy petrol, gas, with the American dollar. Let's continue. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. When America fall, when this society, the Edomite, when they finally come down, when they rulership end, the whole earth will be at rest. This is what it's talking about. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. The other nation will be singing when this society fall. Verse 8. Yeah, the fir tree rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no failure is come up against us. America is a burden to the other nation. You know, you have America going to Africa, to Ghana, and trying to tell them you should accept LGBT. You should let gay do whatever they like. You know, this is America. This is what they do. They go to other people's country and trying to have control over the nation. Sometimes they create coup to overthrow government and then establish their own set of government in that nation. This is what they do. They go to Libya and they say Muammar Gaddafi is treating his people bad. Now they overthrow the country. Now they establish their own government. Now the country is in total chaos. They did the same thing in Afghanistan. This is what they do. Right? Let's continue. Matter of fact, let's read verse 8 again. Yeah, the fir tree rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no failure is come against us. We know the fir tree is talk about nations. Trees don't talk. Right? Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee at thy coming, and stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief one of the earth. Talk about the kings. It has raised up from their throne, and the king of the nation. Verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? You know, when America falls, it's going to become weak. The other nation will like, you will become just like us, weak. Art thou become like unto us? Right? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. And you talk about thy pomp is talk about the glory of America, the glory of the European nation, the kingdoms. All right? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, in the noise of thy vow, the worm is spread under thee, under thee, and the worm covered thee. A destruction. Verse 12. There you go to the verse right here. How art thou fallen from heaven? You see that? It's still talk about King of Babylon. This is where they trip. O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? Now let's look up the meaning right here for Lucifer. Right? Let's go into the Hebrew. Thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer. Right? The meaning of Lucifer.
Strong's H 1966. Haleo. Haleo.
Eleo. Look at the meaning they have. The meaning for Lucifer is light bearer, shining one, morning star, Lucifer, of the king of Babylon. Where they going off right here, they put Satan, but of the king of Babylon. But the real definition is light bearer. Lucifer means light bearer, meaning the illuminate one, the Illuminati. That's what Lucifer means, the illuminate one, right? The light bearer. Because they talking about, when they talk about Lucifer, it's talk about the illuminate one, the Illuminati, the higher ups, the upper echelon of this society, the bankers, the Rockefeller, the Rothschilds, right? Those who make rules in this kingdom. We don't really hear about them, but you know, the bankers. That's what Lucifer is. The illuminate one, the Illuminati. Lucifer is not talking about Satan. Lucifer is not Satan. All right? Where I'm at, verse 12. Let me read it again. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How that cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation. How you weak the nation? Like I said earlier, America, they go to Iraq and lie and say Iraq have weapons, mass destruction of weapons, and then America go to Iraq and destabilize them and set up their own government. That's how he weakened the nation. And also you have the IMF. IMF, I believe it stands for International Money Fund. They're the one who established in different countries how much their money is worth. Like you go to Nigeria, the IMF said their money is worth this amount compared to the dollar. You go to Haiti, they do the same thing. Venezuela, Venezuela, the economy is totally destroyed. Like it's weak right now. Like $1 equal to like 100,000 of. It's just ridiculous if y'all look it up, right? So that's how they weaken the nation. And if they want to pass a law in a particular nation, if the government in that nation don't want that law to be passed, they could put sanction in that nation, where they weaken the nation by way of doing that, by sanction the nation. That's how they weaken the nation. And also, when they say, "How art thou fallen from heaven?" It's not talk about the spiritual Satan in heaven literally falling down from. It's talk about a place of rulership, meaning they fall down from grace. They fall from grace. They fall from their throne. They're not in rulership no more. They fall. I'm gonna use for an example. I'm gonna use let's go to let me see what I have written down. Let's go to Lamentation, the book of Lamentation, right? Lamentation 2 and verse 1. How or the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not his footstool in the days of his anger. You see that? The Most High cast down Israel from heaven. Was Israel in heaven and then God cast them out? No, it's talk about he cast Israel from a place of at one point Israel was the number one nation on earth, but in the days of Jeremiah, they end up going into captivity in the hand of the Babylonians, right? So Israel fell from grace. There was no longer rulership. That's why they mean to cast down from heaven, meaning from a higher state to a lower state. Just like today, in America, we have this saying, "Damn, bro, what happened to you?" Like, I remember back in the day, you was up there. Now you done fall down. Like, you're not popping no more. Like, that's what it means. You fall from grace. You're no longer in power. You're no longer in rulership. Right? Let me read it again. How has the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel? See, he cast down from heaven. He cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel. This is the same thing when you read Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven? It's the same language. It's right here. I'm going to use another example. Let's go to Matthew 11 and 23 right quick. I'm going to go back. Matthew 20. Is it 20? No, Matthew 11. Matthew 11, verse 23, right? Verse 23. Matter of fact, let's start at 22. Let's start at 20. This is the Messiah, I believe, speaking. Let me see. Then began he to pray the city where when most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. They say, woe unto thee, Gazarin, woe unto thee, Bethsaida. For if the mighty works which were done in you had been done in Tyre and Zidon, those city right here are Israelite city in Israel, Tyre and Zidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. Verse 12. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Zidon at the day of judgment than for you. And thou, this is the key verse right here, and thou, Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. So you telling me the city, Capernaum, was in heaven, was exalted unto heaven, and then God cast them out unto hell? No, meaning Capernaum, they was proud, right? They was very proud, and the most Yahweh the Messiah said they're gonna be he gonna brought them down to hell. Let me read it again. And thou, Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. So when you go back to 14, Isaiah 14 and 12, right? Isaiah 14 and 12, how art thou fallen from heaven? We already established that falling from heaven does not mean God kick you out of heaven. It just means you fall down from rulership, right? Or Lucifer, we already established Lucifer does not mean Satan. It just means the illuminate one, the light bearer, son of the morning. As a matter of fact, when you read, I believe when you read Revelation, matter of fact, Revelation 22, let's go back right quick, Revelation 22 and 16. Revelation 22 and 16. It called the Messiah Lucifer, right? I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the church. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star, right? The bright and morning star. That's the definition of Lucifer, morning star. The bright and morning star. So the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, he's Lucifer on the left-hand side. And Satan, also Lucifer on the right-hand side. I mean, on the left-hand. But no, Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, is Lucifer on the right-hand side. And Satan is Lucifer on the left-hand side, right? So the bright and morning star, that means Lucifer. Let's go back to Isaiah 14. Let me read it. Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nation? Verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. The stars of God are the Israelites, right? I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. Verse 14. I will ascend above the height of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. That's what he thinks. He thinks he's God. He thinks he's the Most High, right? God say a man and a woman supposed to get married. But in America, they say woman and woman could get married, two men could get married. So they think they're above God. They make their own laws, right? Verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to this side of the pit. Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? You see that? Now it's calling Lucifer a man. But I thought he was the spirit, I thought he was Satan in heaven. But right here, verse 16 says Lucifer is a man. Right? Let me read it again. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? How did America make the earth tremble? Because this is a future prophecy. This is not talking about the Babylon in the days of Jeremiah. This is talking about the future Babylon, which is America right now, right? It say, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Is this the man that made the earth tremble? How does America make the earth tremble? He was the first nation to drop the nuclear bomb in Japan. The first nation to ever drop the bomb in a nation, to kill 100,000 people died. That's how he made the earth to tremble. That did shake the kingdoms, right? Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness. He made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the city thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoner. America right now have the most prisoners. The most prison out of all the nations on the earth. They have the most prisoners. And majority of them are so-called black people. In America right now, the most prisoners in America. Verse 18. All the kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. This is after America fall, after the Edomite kingdom fall. Right? Verse 18 say, the nation, the kings, they will be in glory, they will be rejoiced. This is future prophets that have yet to come to pass. Verse 19. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and has the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stone of the pit, as a carcass is trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed your land, and hast slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. There you go right here. Verse 21, one of my favorite verse. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. When this nation get destroyed, the whole earth will be at peace. When America, when the European, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, when his kingdom finally come to an end, that's when there will be peace on the earth. And who's going to take him down? The Messiah, when he returns. That's why we should be praying. We shall be praying day and night for the kingdom of heaven to come to earth. Right? Until the white man still in power, there will never be peace on earth. Now let's go to the brother did not bring this up, but that's a famous scriptures they usually go to prove that Satan also from Satan fall from heaven is Revelation 12. You know, that's another scriptures that they read out of context. Right. Okay, I love the way they lay this down for me. Make it easy to understand. Revelation 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonders in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. The woman right here, let's talk about Israel. That's the woman, right? Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Right. Revelation 12 and 1. And there appear great wonders in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. When you read on Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2, it tell you Israel is that woman. Verse 2. And she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. Verse 3. And there appeared another wonders in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads, and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon her head. Right? And there appeared another wonders in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. It's talking about empire, having 7 heads. The 7 heads represent the 7 the 7 state of the Roman Empire. 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head. And his tail drew the third part of the stars. The third part of the stars represent the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Levi, and the tribe of Judah. When the Messiah was on the earth, there was only 3 tribes that was in Israel. The other tribe, they got exiled, so they was not around during the Messiah. There was only 3 tribes. The tribe of Levi, they had to be there because the temple was still standing. You can't have the Levite, they the one that supposed to provide service in the temple. So you have to have the Levite. And the tribe of Benjamin, which is the tribe the Apostle Paul is, and the main tribe is the tribe of Judah. That's the tribe of the Messiah, right? Verse 4, let me read it again. And his tail drew the third part. The third part, like I said, is Levite, Judah, and Benjamin. Drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which is Israel, which was ready to be delivered, her child as soon as it was born. Let's talk about the Messiah, right? The male child. Verse 5. And she brought forth a man child, which is the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the Romans fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. This is the key scripture right here. And there was a war in heaven. All this right here, this is future prophecy that have yet to come to pass. So you cannot go here to prove that Satan fell from heavens, right? Verse 7, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, which is the Roman Empire. Right now is the America, the EU, the European nation, France, British, Germany, Spain, etc. And the dragon fought his angels and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heavens. This is talk about the Roman Empire right now, America and the EU, the European nation. When Yahushua come, the angel's gonna come and fight. This is a fight that's gonna happen. This is a future prophecy, right? And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heavens. And the great dragon was cast out. You see that? He's gonna cast out of his rulership. He's no longer gonna be in power when the Messiah returns. That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So this is not talking about the devil and the Satan and up in heaven. It's not talking about Satan in heaven. It's talking about it called the white man, the Edomite, or Satan, the adversary. That's what that means. When you look up the definite, the meaning of, matter of fact, let's look it up. The meaning of Satan. Let's talk about the adversary, right? Called the devil, Satan. Let's look up the meaning. In the Hebrew is Hashatan. Or in the Greek,
Strong's G 4567, Satanas. Satanas.
Satanas.
Thayer's Lexicon, Satan. Satan.
Let's see the definition they have here. What? The main definition they have is the adversary, one who opposes another in purpose of act. The name given to the prince of evil spirit, inveterate adversary of God and Christ. Basically, the meaning of Satan is adversary. All right, that's what it means. That's what Satan means. So right here in verse 7, it called the dragon the adversary. Edomite, they are the adversary to the Israelites. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. The dragon fought and his angels. The dragon, his angels are his allies, right? The EU. I believe it started with 10. Now I believe it's I'm not sure how many are there right now, but that's what let's talk about. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. It's not talk about up there in heaven in the sky. It's right here on earth. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceived the whole world. The whole world is deceived right now, right? He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of the brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Right. As soon as this white man get cast out of his rulership, the kingdom of heaven will be established on the earth. As long as the Edomite in rulership, the Israelite will be in a destitute state. All right. I also want to address Let me see. I want to address, and this video is going to be long. I want to address what the brother said about Job, the second chapter. Let's go to Job, the second chapter. Job, the second chapter. The brother said, the Son of God in Job, the second chapter, is not talking about the angels, right? Let's read it, guys. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. They came to present themselves before the Lord. This is a meeting that is taking place in the heaven. This meeting happened a lot of time up there in the heaven. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. So that's basically telling you that in the heavens, this is a council that's taking place. And during that council, the Son of God came to present himself before the Lord. And Satan came also among them. That proves Satan is a son of God. Right? Satan also is a son of God. But the brother said the Son of God are not the angels, but righteous. I believe he said righteous man that up there. I don't know how he got that, but he said those are righteous men. Right? I mean, it's plain. I don't know how do you explain this? The son of, oh, matter of fact, let's look up the word God just means power, right? Let's look up the definition of God.
Strong's H430, entry 1. Eloach. Eloach. Second entry, Elohim. Elohim. And the third entry, Eloach. Eloach.
That's the Hebrew. God means rulers, judge, divine one, angels, gods. It just means power. The word God just means power, rulers, angels, divine one, etc., etc. So, brother, the Son of God or the angels in Job, the second chapter, Job 21. Those are the angels. Man, it's clear. Matter of fact, let's look at some commentary right quick. I don't really like to look up commentary, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to look up commentary on Job, the second chapter. Let's see what this man is talking about. Let me see. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, let's go back. This is what I'm like looking at military. Satan, son, enemy of God, enemy to God, and all good men. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, I don't like this one. Let's go back right quick. Let's go back. Let's go to John Brown. Let's look at the commentary on John Brown. Let me see. Study. Okay, let me see. Again, there was a day when the Son of God came to present himself before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. They are all reporting to the Lord again. Okay, this is nonsense. Let me see. Let's go to another one. Let's go to Jemison. Let's see what he have to say. So, verse 1, appointed for the angels, giving an account of their ministry, right, to God. Basically, the words to present himself before the Lord occur here, though not in Job 1 and 6, as Satan has now a special report to make as to Job. Yeah, all the angels have a job to do. They have to go out. God create good angels, he create evil angels. They have to go out and do what they have to do. When they finish doing their job, they have to go report to God and tell the Most High, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did, this is what I did not do, this is what I did. Right? They all have a job to do. That's the job of the angels, to minister. Minister means to serve us and to serve the wicked also, right? You know, so what is I'm pretty sure this is about it. I think I proved my point, you know. But brother, I think I proved my point. I hope this lesson was edifying. All praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shalom.